He's put his foot in it once again, but how? Hi, good morning, Neil Sean here in the heart of London. Thank you for joining me today. Hope you're all keeping well and toasty. I know it's getting chillier around the world, well, unless of course you're enjoying summer in Australia. In fact, where else is summer right now? Do let me know in the comments below. I'm so jealous for you. I love the sun. I don't like these dark days, these miserable wintry days. Just look behind me. I'm not bringing the dark cloud, hopefully. But back as ever to your breaking royal story of the day. This time it centres upon, of course, the one and only Prince Harry. What I find interesting about this particular story with Harry, as ever, is he seemingly is an expert on everything, you know. If you recall a few weeks ago, apparently he tweeted and tried to make contact with the boss, the CEO of Twitter, to alert him about that riot that was looming on Capitol Hill. You know, there's no end to Harry's, well, shall we say, forward thinking into the future. As we know, his gracious mother, Princess Diana, was a wonderful ambassador and, of course, major leader for the charity HIV and AIDS. She did so much for that particular community at a time when so many others were simply turning their back. But now Harry, yes, has decided that the latest pandemic is very similar to AIDS, in fact, and the reason why it's not being really dealt with professionally is corporate greed and, of course, political failure. Now, as you can imagine, Prince Harry, as ever, has not clearly thought this through. This is all part of a video that's been put out by, of course, one of those charities, and also it features footage of his late mother, Princess Diana. But Prince Harry's now received something of a backlash because, once again, people are talking about corporate greed. Prince Harry. Now, let's not forget that Prince Harry has enjoyed some spectacular paydays over the last 18 months, and one would question it's very silly to basically claim that, you know, there's a lot of corporate greed around there unless you're making huge donations yourself. And of course, political failure, well, that could be applied to any generation and, more importantly, any government around the world. So once again, as Prince Harry, alongside Meghan Markle, after writing, of course, to various political heads over in the United States, dip their toe into the world of politics, it appears once again that they haven't thought this through. As I've said many times here on the show, I do find it odd that nobody seemingly advises them and says, well, look, you know, you need a bit more gravitas behind this particular subject before you go out and publicly speak. But who is actually telling them? Or more importantly, are they just hoping, thinking that this once again grabs headlines? But for Harry and Meghan, of course, it grabs headlines for all the wrong reasons. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.